Hello, everybody, and welcome to another vlog. It is. Oh, what day is it? I don't, that phone's run out of batteries. It is Sunday, the 26th of July, and that reminds me to plug and charge that phone. Okay, how are you all doing today? That's not probably. Just forget it. It's been a lovely week. It's been a brilliant week. The sun's been shining apart from one day. What if it literally just poured down all day? That was a brilliant day because I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm a thunder fanatic. I love it when when there's thunder and lightning. I was just I was just pinned to my window, just looking for the thunder and lightning and stuff, and it was amazing, so good. So yeah, that happened. I think it was Thursday. Just poured down all day, all night, and it was amazing. Especially as in the afternoon after it actually stopped raining. Nighttime, thunder across the sky. It was beautiful. Oh, I wish I could have recorded it, but nah, that idea popped into my head for a second. Go, nah, don't. It's a terrible idea, especially as phone stuff terrible at catching lightning, and this camera doesn't stretch to my window. So I was kind of stuffed for that. Well, it does, but I hadn't realised that at the time. But anyway, that's not really it. Um, I've been I have been really busy this week. I did do a bit of streaming with Ukes throughout the week. I think we played speedrunners for a bit, but I can't remember off the top of my head what we played. But yeah, that's what we did. Then I have genuinely just been busy modding out the cover space program, finishing that off. I'm literally just looking for one thing left to do, which I don't know what is happening. Basically, I've got a mod that if you play cover space program, you know that there's a science tech building and there's a tech tree and everything, which I love any game that has a tech tree. Tech trees are just they're amazing. But anyway, there's a tech tree which the community it's called Community Tech Tree. That's the mod which modifies the tech tree in Kerbal Space Program. But there's a specific row, column, whatever series of science that is just blank in the tech tree. It's blank from almost the beginning to the very end. And this is weird for me because what I'm seeing on my screen is actually flipped. So when I was moving that side, that's actually on this side for me. And I've got a text, but I'll sort that out later. But anyway, I'm going to turn this on silent. And not just on vibrate, but on silent because that's really annoying me. Sorry, just turn my phone on after about 4 days. Yeah, I've got a lot of text to sort through. Anyway, so yeah, the tech tree. There's a single row of of stuff on this tech tree that is blank, completely blank, which means there is a missing mod which Community Tech Tree supports, and I'm looking for that mod. I don't know which mod it is because all the ones on the forum I have got up to date and everything. They're all working amazingly. I can all find them and everything. But no, there's one mod, at least one mod, which still need to find, and that's annoying me. However, I will get that sorted. Uh, I've been looking throughout the different forums to see what it is, but I think the best thing which I am doing, which I need to do, is just look for the specific sequences, which I will actually do now that I think about it. I'll actually do straight after this, and that's literally the last thing. I've tested everything, and it is moderately stable. It's stable enough that I can do a series on it, but it's still experiences a crash once every about half an hour. So I might start doing that series. But then once I finish this Kerbal Space Program, then I'm back onto doing my Minecraft project, which I can't wait to finish because it is pretty good. I've only got about 50% of it, but it's still pretty good, that 50%. So I can't wait to finish that either. By the way, when I say this is a big mod pack, I know I said about this last week, but if you imagine a genuine... I base most of my things on RSS, or Realism Overhaul, which has apparently, according to a friend, 53 mods. This has about coming up to 90 mods, and I found a way to actually compress them so that they don't limit the Kerbal Space program limit memory limit through a process of adding another mod that does it for me, which is very convenient. Just adding one mod sorts everything out. It's a texture compressor, basically, called Active Texture Management, and it's worked wonders. It's made it so that instead of crashing every 5 minutes, it now crashes every half an hour, and that is a significant improvement. Except I'm also doing my little science run through as well, so so that I'm testing it and also understanding it as well. And accidentally, I sent if you don't know, Kerbal Space Program is basically a game where you build a space rocket, you launch it into space. Usually you just launch it. You launch your first rocket. Yeah, that's fine. You come back to Earth, then you go into space on a what's called a suborbital trajectory, which is go up into space and then almost immediately come back down. Yeah, that's fine. You survived just. And then you go into an orbit, and then you come back down. Yeah, that's fine. And then you get to an option. You get to go to Kerbal, Kerbol, has 2 moons, Minmus and the Mun. Mun is closer and Minmus is further on a slight inclination. So you get a choice to go to there. I actually went to what's called the second moon, Minmus, and got basically about enough to fill off half a tech tree of mods. And this is a lot of science which I got back. Science gives you more parts and you can go further. Except it's all hinging on this one Kerbal surviving. Except it can only survive... at the moment, it can only survive for 2 hours. It's got 22 days to get back to the planet. I don't think this is going to work. But okay, that's due to the life support things. It's basically just ran out of food, water, and oxygen, which is not very good. Don't worry, I got time. My plan at the moment is just to return it to the Mun, and just redock it with the lander, which has about 70 days worth of supply, and then just send another one out there, or whatever. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but enough about that. That's a different game, which I'm not going to release to the public. I'm just going to rant about it, whatever, to friends on Steam, go, oh no, I just died in re-entry because I got deadly re-entry. For all you non-Kerbal Space Program engineers out there, it's a fun game, go get it. I've also been playing a lot of Civilization 5 recently. I actually finished my... I have been doing this for a very, very long time now because I kind of got cut off from it. When I got my external hard drive, which is up here, I moved my Steam folder from my laptop main hard drive to my external hard drive, except then I kind of got kicked off Steam, and I've got 2 accounts. One account has all my games on, There's speedrunners, worms, train fever, train simulator, things like that. Euro Truck Simulator. I've got a lot of simulators on there. Well, basically, the shop game. 95% of what they sell are simulators. If you ever go into game, I don't know about anybody anywhere else, but definitely in Brighton, if you go into game, you've got a choice of Wolfenstein or simulators. Wolfenstein or simulators. That is all you've got a choice of. Because I stole the rest of the games. Yeah, the game shop is basically where I get all my games from because they're just cheaper on CD, on disc. For instance, if I just get a few of my free games which I got from there, I can't find the rest of them. Oh, there's another one. What's Train Fever? I think no, Train Fever wasn't. Was it? Oh, forget it. Anyway, there was another one which I can't find, but these two I got at on game. You can tell by the purple sticker there. But they're free, 3 for 2, and not only that, the actual games themselves are cheaper. So you're not only are you getting a 3 for 2 deal, they're actually cheaper to get on CDs. I actually go and get the hard copy of them instead of get them on Steam. If I can't get them on hard copy, I go on Steam because it's genuinely quite a bit better. You get better support and free updates and everything. So yeah, it's fine. But then you get games like this. It's terrible. Don't get it. Really, don't get it. It was poorly made. Poorly made. Even me, who doesn't code, doesn't do anything like that, can say they did that wrong. They did that wrong. They did that wrong. They're never gonna fix this. It's a terrible game. Don't get it. I should have listened to the 1 star it got on Amazon. Oh, I'm an idiot sometimes. But sometimes I like the 1 stars. But we're not going to go into that because they are genuinely pretty bad games. Anyway, back to Civilization 5. So I changed my my Steam onto my hard drive, which is up there. If you're wondering why my arm is constantly going there, it's actually up. My hard drive is up there. So yeah, I changed Steam over there, but then it logged me out permanently out of both my accounts because I uninstalled Steam and then reinstalled it. So one Steam account, I got all my games on. The other Steam account, I have only 1 game on, so I got all my every other game apart from 1. So that 1 game is Civilization 5, and that's only because it's such an old game for me. I got it when it was basically just out, and put it on my old account. And then I got almost, I think it was almost immediately, or a bit of time after that, I got my current Steam account. Basically, when I went independent from my old Steam account, because it's technically my dad's, he still owns the right to it. But that joint Steam has Civilization 5. So the problem is that my parents, they're not very good at getting on their email at the same time that I'm actually wanting to get onto my Steam. Mainly because I'm not really on Steam that much, or playing through something big in the evenings. So I only recently managed to get back on my other account because it means that you got to send an email to, well, it would be my parents' email account, and then they forward it to my email account, and then I've got to do that code sort of things. And that gets a bit annoying because I can't hack my parents' account, even though I can. I know their password and everything. But it's wrong. Don't do that. And that's why I found it a bit difficult. Yeah, kids, don't hack. Don't hack. So I recently, as in today, as in actually not today, but yesterday, I haven't actually been to sleep yet. Finished my a fifth of the way. I think it's a fifth. I think it's 10 levels of the way through a like challenge which I'm doing, which is basically starting in level 1 and just working through every single level in marathon and seeing at what point I give up. I've just started level 3, which is Chieftain, I think. But I should be able to finish the entire thing. I'm that good a player at Civ 5. I can beat the highest level deity. I can beat it. And then I went off it to get some breakfast because it is Sunday. I meant to record this on Saturday, but it is Sunday. So I may have got a bit too involved in Kerbal Space Program. I was playing that all night. Yeah, and then went. Then when it crashed, it just survived for 3 hours, which is amazing. I wasn't expecting to do that. And then it crashed when I was having that problem with that one Kerbal, and I went, I'm gonna take a break. It's too stressful. Then I went on to speedrunners for a bit, and then went on to Civ 5, finished the game, went on the next level, and then decided, wait a minute, it's Sunday, I've got to record this vlog. And yeah, here I am, recording the vlog. One last thing is, I really need to tidy my desk. It has got so messy. My desk is really, really messy. It's got yogurt pots. It's got Gameware CD just on the desk, doing nothing, gathering dust. I've even got Pizza Hut things. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you that they are Pizza Hut because the codes are still valid, and I want to use them, and I don't want anyone else using them. And it's HD, and you would be able to see the codes and put them in and get a discount from Pizza Hut, and I don't want because I use Pizza Hut. Here. Yeah, you can, look, it's Pizza Hut. Don't use my codes. My codes. And that's all I've been doing this week. So all I've been doing this week is just sorting out my Kerbal Space Program mods, making sure they're all okay, and then I'll do a recording session of it. I did actually ask for help on Reddit. I haven't actually been back on. It was Friday that I did that, so probably hasn't done much. So last thing is what I want is because this is mainly me talking to you, and that's fine. People watch that, but I kind of want the other way around as well. I want you to talk to me. So I'm asking a question. As this month is drawing to a close, this is kind of my question of the month because I haven't done it at all this month. For you those in London, in Britain or something, oh, I've travelled to London. You kind of have to travel to London if you're in Britain because there's no other tube network. But I was recently watching a QI, because I've been watching a lot of on iPlayer recently, and they said, what is the worst thing you've seen on the tube? And to me, that's not a lot because I do travel quite a bit on the tube, but I don't really see a lot on the tube. So I'm asking you, what is the worst thing you've seen on some sort of metro? So genuinely, the worst thing I have seen on a metro, even though it is a tube, which is technically a metro, is just genuinely two people getting very, very intimate together. That's not nice. Keep it to yourselves, not in a public place. Please, no. I'm one of those people that go, So what is the worst thing that you've seen in the metro? Just let me know, and if I get a lot, I'll read the few best bits. And yeah, I'm genuinely interested, all because of QI. So just write down in the comments. I'm Really looking forward to seeing what people put in there. Or potentially horrified of what I'll see. But anyway, I'll see you next week. I'll see you Tuesday, actually, because of Kill Space Diagram video. Goodbye. See you then.